Oh, didn't see you there. Welcome back to FEEKI Flips, the most dumbed down real estate channel on all of YouTube, because if I can make money doing this, then so can you. We're here today at our newest acquisition, a little condo over in Sparks, Nevada, just east of Reno. I just picked this one up last week, so we'll do a quick walkthrough of the unit and check out the current condition. I'll go through the rehab plan, and we might turn this one in. Fuck. Check. We'll go through the check through and check out the current condition of this unit, and then we'll quickly forget it, dude. We're done. We'll do a quick little walkthrough and check out the current condition of this unit, and we'll go through the rehab plan with you guys, and I will also go over the real numbers on this deal and how we funded it and all that good stuff. So let's head inside and check it out. Okay. All right, so this is the unit. Super small, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Two little old ladies were living here. You good?
Yeah, I was just saying hi to myself in the mirror.
Oh, okay. Two little old ladies were living here. Smells like two little old ladies, but they weren't very hard on equipment, so everything's super clean in here. They left a bunch of stuff for us as agreed upon. I'll get into that a little bit later. That was one of the main selling points of the deal for them. But yeah, let's just check it out a little bit. I mean, this is like all, I would assume this is all original cabinets and countertops, but fuck, they look brand new almost. They're not even dirty, nothing's wrong with them. Flooring's probably original, carpet's probably original. One of the most awkward appointments I've ever been on when I came in here to buy it. I think they didn't think I was gonna show up or something, because I talked to them. They responded off of a piece of mail that we sent out. Talked to them, I was like, yeah, I'll come check it out right now. And I show up, and it was just like fucking dead quiet, like it is right here. You can hear the clock ticking and everything. And I just like couldn't get them to talk. One of them was sitting on the couch just reading, and I was like, what are you guys up to today? Just hanging out? And they kind of laughed, like, because that's all they do all the time. Just kind of went through the numbers with them. They asked me what these places were going for. I told them, you know, here's our highest comp. That's what we're gonna sell it for when we're done. But we got to remodel it to get here. So this is our offer. And it took a couple weeks of follow-up. They had to talk to their family and coordinate the move and everything. Wanted to make sure they did that. It's always kind of a fine line when you're doing business with older folks. Like, you don't want to get into a situation where they're not competent to make their own decisions, and then you're buying the house at a discount. It's a really bad look and a lot of the liability. So always want to make sure that the family's on the same page, and they were. So a couple weeks, came back and got the contract signed. You know, they left all the furniture. We'll just get it donated. Yeah, they were sisters too. Probably about somewhere between 85 and 120 years old. Everything's super clean in here. We'll update everything, but it's what we call just a paint and carpet rehab, because everything's so clean. I mean, there's no holes in the walls. We'll probably scrape the popcorn off the ceilings, but we'll probably end up maintaining or keeping the vanities, probably keep the cabinets in the kitchen. Just kind of depends, but it'll be a super light rehab. Should be a pretty quick job for us. All right, so quickly run through the numbers on this deal. We picked up this condo for $145,000. I have $20,000 in the rehab budget in our numbers. I doubt that we'll spend that much updating this. We could if we did the kitchen and the bathroom and all that, but we'll probably just clean it up, new paint, new flooring, new finishes, hardware on the cabinets, and call it good. Resale on this unit is right now $210,000. The way the market is, I wouldn't be surprised if it went for $215 or $220, looking all cleaned up and fresh. We actually decided that we're gonna keep this unit though as a rental. So the reason for that, to quickly explain, like a refinance instead of a flip, we would be able to pull all of our money out of this deal after the rehab. So in our area, values of homes are really high compared to what you can get for rent for them. So most of the stuff that we touch doesn't make sense to hold as a rental, because if we refinanced and got a 30-year mortgage on it, the mortgage or the rent payment that we got wouldn't even cover the mortgage, and we would have to leave a lot of money in the deal when we go to refinance. So how we made the decision on this, like our philosophy is anything that we can get all of our money back out of and refinance, and the rent payment will at least cover the mortgage, we'll keep as a rental for tax purposes. We can depreciate it and use it to shelter some of the income on our other flips. and equity pay down, just a more long-term game than flipping, making money, and moving on to the next one. For this unit, to be able to rent it, we could honestly probably rent it as is right now as soon as we got all this stuff out of here, but we'll probably spend, you know, about $10,000 just getting it nice and updated and fresh and ready for renters to move in here. So if we take our purchase price, 145, we spend 10 in here, so we're 155 all in. Now, if we get an appraiser out here and this place appraises for, say, you know, 215, which I think it would appraise for right now, a bank will be able to give you about 75% loan to value when you go to refinance your property. So I got my phone here so I don't mess up the numbers. So if we do 215,000 times 75%, we'll be able to pull 161,000 out, and that's going to be our new mortgage. And remember, if we're only 155 all in, this means that we're actually going to get a check for $5,000 to put in our pocket, and we'll be able to pull all of our money out. Now we have a mortgage for 161,000, and we can put renters in here with no money out of pocket in the deal. So, you know, our mortgage payment will probably be about $1,100 to $1,200, somewhere in that range. We could probably rent this unit for about $1,300. So from a cash flow perspective, you know, $100 or $200 a month with no expenses or taxes in it. Not a great rental, but just for those other reasons, the depreciation, the equity pay down, all the other benefits of owning rentals, we'll keep it for that, as opposed to making like $25,000 in profit if we just went and flipped this one. How we funded this deal, we actually borrowed the entire amount plus some from two different private investors. Investor in first lien position gave us $110,000. Investor in second lien position gave us $50,000. So we borrowed $160,000. Remember, we only paid $145,000 for it. And by the time we paid for closing costs, HOA transfer, all that type of stuff, we were able to get a check back from title for $13,000. So we'll be able to use that money to go ahead and rehab this property. Most of it, if not all of it, since we decided to do a little bit lighter rehab here. So I tell you guys all the time, there's always something that, not that there's usually something that goes wrong, but there's always some weird aspect to every single deal that we do. So this place is in much better shape than most of the stuff that we buy, as you guys have seen from the YouTube videos. But you know, it's not always that the place is totally thrashed and that's the seller's motivation for selling it. For this, it was just purely convenience. You know, these two ladies were super old, they were sisters, they were living here, they were going back to Utah to live with their family. When they did that, they didn't want to take any of their furniture, they didn't want to deal with listing it on the market. So even though, you know, they walked with less money than they would have got by listing it on the market, that convenience was worth it for them to be able to leave all of the furniture here and all the dishes and food and whatever they wanted. They literally just picked up, you know, a couple boxes worth of stuff, whatever they wanted to take, and they were out the door. So that was the main motivating factor here, was convenience. And you know, when I say there's always something, the lady that owned this place, she wanted me to sell her car for her. So, you know, it's like super old, doesn't use the internet. You have to come here to get her to sign the contract in person. And then she's like, will you help me sell my car? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So I took photos of the car and I put it on Craigslist for her, and I would just direct people to call her. And someone ended up buying it before they left, thank God, because I thought I was gonna get stuck with like trying to sell it and like sending her the money and all this and that. Someone bought it, but that's our proposition, is speed and convenience. And if that helps the seller and that helps her case for convenience, then that's fine. If it gets the deal done, we'll do it. So next time we come back here, it'll probably be wrapped up. I don't think we'll do an episode in between since rehab's gonna be so light, but we'll get you guys the final look and we'll do some before and afters. So that about wraps it up for this episode. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Smash that like button for us, help us out with the YouTube algorithm, and drop a comment down below. Any questions about that refinance situation that I explained, or anything about real estate investing, so we can get them answered in future question of the week episodes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.